Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Menken back here with Splash Sports. Today is June 6, 2024. Little recap on yesterday's performance. Our first losing day of the week here. We went 1-2. Couldn't get it done in our last two games. That's all right. Looking to sweep it under the rug. And we're going to look to bounce back here today. Let's roll right into this. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 ounces of the ball game. Plain and simple, a NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those free plays, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, you guys will get every video I drop right away. All right, let's take a look at game number 1, starting here for Thursday's games. We got the Chicago Cubs taking on the Cincinnati Reds here. We got Javier Assad on the mound for the Chicago Cubs, 4-1 this year with 68.1 innings of work. He does have an ERA sitting at a 2.27 here with 61 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning, and has allowed 16 earned runs for Javier. He'll be matched up here against the Cincinnati Reds. Man, that Cincinnati Reds, down to their last out, I should say, in yesterday's game against the Colorado Rockies. Ended up tying that game with a go-ahead home run, and they absolutely pulled away in the top of the 9th inning against the Colorado Rockies. What a win for the Cincinnati Reds. They come back. They're on a 4-game winning streak here. They got Hunter Brown on the mound. He's 3-2 with 70.2 innings of work. He does have an ERA sitting at a 3.44 here, 76 strikeouts. He's averaging over a strikeout here per inning in 27 earned runs for Hunter Green. You look at Green, he just faced these Cubs July 1st in Wrigley here, and he went 6 innings of work, 3 hits, and 5 earned runs. I know he's looking for a bounce back against this Chicago Cubs lineup here. And Assad, his numbers from last week against this Cincinnati Reds team, he went 5.1 innings of work, 5 hits, and 2 earned runs. I think this is a great spot for both teams here, or both pitchers, I should say, for both teams. Assad and Hunter Green, they just faced these lineups here last week, so I think they'll have success early on in the ball game. You look what the Chicago Cubs did. They're coming off a walk-off win in last night's game against the Chicago White Sox. They're at home. Tauchman ended that game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs won that one 7-6. The Cubs are hot, and so are the Reds here, so it's going to be definitely a good matchup, divisional matchup, and 2 very good pitchers that I think have bounce-back games here. That's why in game number 1 between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds, we are smacking the NRFI, no runs, first inning. So on to game number 2 between the Kansas City Royals taking on the Cleveland Guardians here. For the Kansas City Royals, Brady Singer will be on the mound. He's 4-2 this season with 61.2 innings of work. He does have an ERA sitting at a 2.68 with 64 strikeouts, averaging a strikeout here per inning and 18 earned runs. He'll be matched up against the Cleveland Guardians' Tanner Bibee with 4-1 record on the season. He's 66 innings of work with the higher end of an ERA, sitting at a 3.74 here, 69 strikeouts. He too is averaging a strikeout here per inning and 27 earned runs. You look at what Bibee has done. He's coming off a win against the Nationals in his last start there, going 6.1 innings of work, 3 hits, and 1 earned runs. You look at what Singer has been doing in his last 2 starts. He hasn't got a win or a loss. This guy is a competitor on the mound. I know he's going to fill it up from the start. He's a very good pitcher that comes ready to go. I love Brady Singer in this spot with Bibee. That's why in game number 2 between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Guardians, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. So we're under a third and final game between the Colorado Rockies taking on the St. Louis Cardinals right here. For the Colorado Rockies, we got Cal Quantrill will be on the mound here. He's 4-4 with 68 innings of work here. He's got a higher end of an ERA sitting at a 3.84, 50 strikeouts in 25 earned runs. He'll be matched up here against the St. Louis Cardinals. Sonny Gray, he's 7-3 on the season, 57 innings of work here. He does have an ERA at a flat 3 here. 77 strikeouts, averaging a strikeout here per inning in only 19 earned runs. Sonny Gray's coming off a loss against the Phillies in his last outing, going 5 innings of work, 5 hits, and 4 earned runs there. Quantrill is coming off a loss in his last outing to the Dodgers, going 4.1 innings of work, 9 hits, and 4 earned runs. But you look at this Colorado Rockies lineup. This Colorado Rockies lineup has been producing runs early on in ball games. The problem with the Colorado Rockies is that they can't close out ball games. You look at what the Colorado Rockies did in yesterday's game against the Reds. They put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the first. No question, this offense can hit the ball. We'll see if they can jump out on Sonny Gray, but I'm leaning more towards this St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Paul Goldschmidt and Arenado starting to get hot here for this Cardinals lineup. I like them to jump all over Cal in this situation, especially in that bottom of the first. Even though this Colorado Rockies team, they could scratch off a run in the first as well. That's why in game number 3, between the Colorado Rockies and the St. Louis Cardinals, we are smacking the YRFI yes runs first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected for you today. Game number 1, between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds, we are going with the NRFI no runs first inning. Game number 2, between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Guardians, we are going with the NRFI no runs first inning. In our third and final game between the Colorado Rockies and the St. Louis Cardinals, we are going with the YRFI yes runs first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, make sure to smash that like button for me and follow me on X at Nick Menken to get every single one of my MLB plays. Best of luck and best bets.